Welcome to St. Thomas Citadel's Sunday Message. It's Sunday, June 14th, 2020. We're glad you could join us. We start a new series, Love Others. I hope that these moments allow you time to reflect on the love that has been shown to you and how to share that with others.
In the last week, would you be able to name as many as 5 people whom you've showed love to in this past week? Would you be able to at least name 3 people who you showed some compassion to towards this week? Or in this past week, could you only name 1 person who you have shown love to? I finished reading this book last week, Everybody Always, from Bob Goff. Wonderful book, and it impacted me greatly because it made me realize that I've got some work to do in the area of loving others. Maybe you'll remember that song, Loving You. It goes something a little bit like this. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Do-do-do-do-do. And then it goes to that really high part that I can't sing, right? It seems easy to love the beautiful people. It's easy to love my wife and my family and my kids and the people that show me they love me. They make it easy to love them. But what about the people who don't make it easy to even like them? Don't I get a free pass from them? Scripture seems to suggest no. 1 John chapter 3, verse 16 says this. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. If anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need but has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in that person? Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. So if I'm a follower of Jesus, then my life is dedicated to following his example. I should have an unwavering focus to know what he knows, to do what he does, and to strive to become more like him. In the area of loving others, I've got a lot of work to do. And if you spend just a few moments, a little bit of time in the scriptures, you'll see that Jesus spent a lot of time with those others might ignore. The broken, the sick, the misunderstood, and the outcast. Even the gathering of his pupils are a collection of people who you wouldn't have expected to be selected for this extremely important role. So I ask myself, who do I surround myself with? Who do I invest my time into? Who do I try and ignore because of what they've done to me? But I look back to that scripture again and I ask myself, what does it mean to not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth? Because some people's love language is words of affirmation. But I guess I wonder, and I figure the writer is trying to get us to understand something. How do we say it nowadays? Actions speak louder than words. Let me read you a paragraph from Bob Goff's book. I think it sums up how I'm feeling and what I need to do. And maybe it'll speak to you as well. Find a way to love difficult people more. You'll be living the life Jesus talked about. Go find someone you've been avoiding and give away extravagant love to them. You'll learn more about God, your neighbor, your enemies, and your faith. Find someone you think is wrong, someone you disagree with, someone who isn't like you at all, and decide to love that person the way you want Jesus to love you. We need to love everybody always. Jesus never said doing these things would be easy. He just said it would work. So I guess something I've learned in these days is this. If you want to be free from just going through the motions, from being caught in a rut of just doing enough, if you want to really replace fear with faith, if you desire to really become more like Jesus, then maybe there's someone in your life that it's time to really love. And I might hazard a guess that even now God has placed that person's face in your mind, maybe even over these last few minutes as we've talked about this. it's no coincidence. He's calling you to love everybody, always.
We hope that the words shared today will have encouraged you to take these opportunities given to you this week to love others. We ask that you join us in praying for peace and praying for change. Please join us tonight for our virtual church on Zoom at 6:30. If you haven't received the link, please message us and we'll make sure you can join us. May God bless you during these days.